So we are gonna test this gadget that I built on TikTok. So we made this. It's basically gonna be like a vacuum slash like exhaust leak slash like boost leak finder. So we're gonna go ahead and plug this up and let's test it and see how well it works, because we got something going on with the NISMO where we're not hitting our max boost. We're hitting like 12 PSI out of 16. So we're gonna use this machine to try to figure out what's going on. So I actually never really talked about this. So a couple months ago, we were actually working on an NISMO. We were working on boosting that car. I was underneath the car, something fell in my eye. I thought I got it out, guess I didn't. Went to sleep next morning, my eye was actually killing me. It was super sensitive to light, I could barely open it. And I thought it would get better. You know, I kind of waited out for a couple days, it did not. I went to the doctor, long story short, I had an eye infection and she told me, because I actually had a scar in my eye, and she told me if it would have landed a little bit more to the right, my vision would have been impaired for the rest of my life. So I say all that to say, if you're underneath your car, if you're working, make sure that you have protective eyewear, because you don't want to go through that. It was honestly probably the most painful thing. Like, it was super sensitive to light. So just make sure that you protect your eyes, because that is a valuable asset to yourself, you know? So before we actually plug everything up, we do have to go underneath the car. We have to prep it so that we can use that system. So what I always like to do is I like to take off the driver's side wastegate, and that gives us access to stick something in there and basically, in this case, have that smoke go through there and see where the leak's coming from, if it is an exhaust leak. As you guys can see, we are straight devouring this pipe right here. But I'm not even tripping anymore, honestly. Once we you know, get the setup with the wheels and all that stuff, I'm probably just gonna go get another pipe. We're probably gonna just cut it off right here, and then like right here, and then just weld on a new 3-inch pipe at the exhaust shop. I'm not really tripping anymore. It is what it is. That's why I kind of unwrapped it, and whatever happens happens. Like I said, once we get through car week, I'm probably just gonna have this car sit, and then we'll just deal with it when that time comes. So we went ahead and took off the wastegate, and we're gonna just tuck it over here, hoping that it doesn't fall on my face, because that will hurt. And then we're gonna stick our tube right here, shoot some smoke through here. And honestly, I'm kind of worried about this side, because I feel like when I turn the car on, I hear like some noises, like extra noises that shouldn't be there on this side. So hopefully that machine works. So we got our whole setup going. We got the compressor plugged up with our homemade smoke machine. So we have everything plugged up. All I have to do is turn it on. I'll hook that hose up. So once I do that, this is gonna be really loud because of the fact that I don't have, like, you know, that typical air gun where you can control it through a throttle. This is constantly pushing air. So this compressor is pretty much gonna be on for the duration that it's on. So we got everything hooked up. Kind of looks janky, but as long as it gets the job done, that's all that matters. So there we go. All right, looks good. Let's see if this works. All right, that was a fail. So I need to block this off because I can't tell where it's coming from. Oh my goodness. Actually, I found it. What the heck? The crossover pipe is cracked right here. No freaking way. What? Guys, I found it. I'm freaking weak. Wow. Wow. Let me show you. We're gonna zoom in right there. You'll see that it's cracked. Bro, that's crazy. Alright, so maybe that's been the issue this whole entire time, and that's why when I turn the car on, because if that's the case, that's been cracked for a while, because I used to think every time I turn the car on, you always hear like it revs up, obviously because it's a cold start, and then like it goes like as if it's like trying to like stall, or like there's like a leak somewhere, and then it gets back up to like where it should be. I've always thought that was weird, but I just never paid attention to it, but now it makes sense. That's been cracked. So I guess the smoke machine made from home worked, because I honestly would have never found that. Like, I would have never thought that the crossover pipe would have cracked. One valuable trait that I've been learning, and it's been going okay, is not let these cars stress me out, because if you know, you know. More power, more problems, that's the name of the game, honestly. And as long as there's a way out of it, it's all good. You know what I mean? Like, again, if you know, you know, but it's so easy, especially if you have more than one project. It is so easy for these cars to get you stressed out. So like I said, sometimes you just gotta take a step back and just realize that the problem that you're having is fixable. You know what I mean? As long as it gets fixed, that's all that matters. So we're gonna go ahead and put this car back together, put that wastegate back on, and then we will drop this car off the jack stands. So I'm confused, is this a L or a W? Yeah, we found the leak, but it's gonna cost us some money. So I don't know. I guess it's good that we found it, but even when we do get that new crossover pipe, I'm not gonna install it right away because we're just gonna mess it up, even though I'm not gonna drive the car. I'd rather wait till we get those wheels, lift this car up, and get everything dialed in. That way when we throw in the new crossover pipe, it'll be good to go. So I do need to start this car anyway, just because it's been a couple days, and you guys know we run full E85 in this car. Actually, I'm not gonna bring that back. So I always like to start it just to kind of get that E85 to flow. But again, I will go ahead and start it, and I will show you guys what I'm talking about. So before I do it, pay attention. When I start it, it's gonna rev up because it's a cold start, right? It hasn't been started in a couple days, and then the RPMs are gonna drop down. We're gonna hear an excessive amount of exhaust notes coming from this side of the vehicle, and then it's gonna rev right back up, and then it's gonna do what it does. Watch. Okay, you hear it? You hear that? And then watch, it's gonna go back up. See? Right there. And you can hear it. Yeah. Man, that's crazy. You can hear it. I know it. I knew it was something. She still sounds good though. Shout out to the smoke machine though, because as you guys saw, it found it right away. Literally, it wasn't even on for like a whole minute, and it legit found the leak. And that literally cost like, it cost me like $20 to make that because I had most of that stuff already at home. But here, I'll rev it for you guys. You can kind of hear the rasp. Actually, you can hear it. You can literally hear it exhaust leak. Here's if I can put you guys down here. I'm not too for sure if you guys can hear that, but like you can legit hear that there's like some type of like rattling exhaust leak down here. Again, this is all things that was in my head that I had suspicion about, but I really never acted on it. I just realized that if I were to close the valves, you might be able to hear it a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but nonetheless, you get the point. We got a crack in our crossover pipe, yikes. But what I will say is, if you're thinking about going E85 and you are boosted, or you plan on going boosted and you want to go E85, just know you're gonna stay at the gas station. Look, we got 91 miles on this full tank, and we are at half a tank. Do the math. 91 miles on a full tank, we are at half a tank. Do the math. Do you really want to go E85? I mean, it smells lovely, great power gains, but do you really want to do it? Half a tank, 91 miles. I don't know, fam. You're gonna stay at the gas station. And this is an 18-gallon tank, like I always tell you guys. So that's like easily $70, $80 on E85. Imagine just doing like a 91 tune with gas prices now. Oh, no, no, no. That's insane. But luckily for me, I got some E85 right there. So we're just gonna throw it in the NISMO before we head out to Monterey Car Week this Saturday. So that leaves the ST. We gotta wash this car because this is now our daily driver, guys. NISMO down, but we're picking up the ST. Just kidding, none of these were ever my, I mean, that one was once upon a time, but that was like 5 years ago. But none of these are my daily. That one for surely was, especially getting like 3 miles per gallon. Yeah, definitely not. But this one wasn't my daily. I don't know if I've ever showed you guys, but this is actually the daily. So we had the Soul, we got rid of the Soul, we bought this car. And just to kind of fill you in on how rough it's been, this car has been down for like 2-3 weeks, probably like 2 weeks. We have a power steering leak. I don't know if you guys can see that on the ground. It's like both on the right and left. It's coming from the power steering, how do I say it? The power steering rack, I think it is. The boot is leaking. It's like ripped and it's leaking power steering. So that car has been down for about 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah, it's been rough around here. It just leaves the ST. But honestly, this car has held me down so many times. It's giving me no issues. So I couldn't even complain even if something was wrong with this car, but knock on wood, this car is good as of right now. But some of the stuff that we fixed on this car since we've had it, don't mind the water spots, like I said, it's been sitting. But this tail light was cracked like all the way, so we went and fixed that, so now tail lights match. That deflector was missing and that exhaust tip was missing. So now that we have both of those, well actually all three of those, the rear end looks like an actual car. One thing that we do have to fix on this car is the front end. So we got to get a whole new grill because it's cracked. And then I don't know what it is. But on every single model of this car, fog lights are broken. I mark my words, guys. If you ever find an Acura, what is it, TSX? I think it is. I don't even know my own car. TSX. Look at the fog lights. 99% of the time it will be broken. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I don't have any answers for you, but I am currently looking for a front bumper because, yeah, it needs replacement. And hopefully the front bumper comes with fog lights so we can knock out two birds with one stone. So we're gonna go ahead and wash this car because it is dirty. We cleaned the inside yesterday, so we just gotta clean the outside. And we'll go ahead and take care of this. I know you guys don't want to see this because I always show you that I wash this car, so we're gonna go ahead and take care of this. So I did notice while cleaning it that this side skirt is on its way off. Not too big of a deal, we just gotta screw that back in. I honestly don't know how that happened, but I would normally take the car and like do excessive braking down the street. I don't know if you guys know, but that's one way of getting that rust off of your rotors. You just literally have to go and brake and it'll come off, because if not, then the next time you drive your car, all that rust just gets on the wheel. I normally take care of that, but this time I didn't really feel like it. But nonetheless, she's clean. Man, those calipers just be glistening, bro. They just be bright for no reason. No complaints though. Car looks good, cleans up well. And to think that one day I'm gonna have a GTR NISMO sitting in front of me. So the ST is clean and the NISMO is broken. What is new? This is all that I have for you guys in this video. As always, I will catch you in the next one. Peace out, stay safe, and stay tuned.
No flex, I done dropped a couple bands on it brand new Rolex. I can pop a couple bands on you, girl, you know that. Once she get the poppin', I'm like, way to go. We gon' get it poppin' on the radio, turned up.